Her voice came to me through the kitchen doorway, low, controlled, like a surgeon's scalpel cutting through skin without hesitation. I want a divorce. No preamble, no argument, just that. She stood with her back to me, pouring wine into a glass at 10 in the morning. Sunlight caught the rim, scattering fragments of gold across her bare shoulder. A shoulder I had once thought was mine. I didn't ask why. Not then. Because I already knew. The old man had died last month, her granddad. The one who never looked me in the eye, who always called me the boy from nowhere. She'd gone to the funeral alone. Came back different, more makeup, colder eyes, a phone she kept screened down. I'd noticed her smile change too. Not the full smile I used to see. This one stopped halfway. Just enough to let me know I wasn't included anymore. The glass touched her lips. "I inherited 5 million, she said, not turning. And let's be honest, a high school graduate doesn't fit my lifestyle anymore. I let the silence between us swell, thick and unbreathing. Then I said, "You're right." She smiled at that, a quick, sharp thing. The kind of smile people give when they believe the chessboard is theirs. 2 days later, I was served divorce papers in a courthouse hallway. No argument, no plea, just my signature where she wanted it. And then, her mother walked in. Her mother, Eleanor Kane, the city's most feared, most expensive divorce attorney, known for dismantling men in court like they were poorly built furniture. She sat down beside me. The scent of leather and cold perfume filled the space between us. My wife, soon-to-be ex, froze mid-smirk. "Mom," she said, confused, "what are you doing?" Eleanor didn't look at her. "He doesn't have to convince me," she said flatly. That was the first time I saw fear flicker in my wife's eyes. She didn't know. She didn't know what I'd been doing while she was planning her new life. I'd started noticing things a week before the funeral. Late-night calls answered in whispers. Sudden errands to parts of town she had no business in. I didn't confront her. Confrontation warns people, and warned people destroy evidence. Instead, I collected. Phone records first, quietly ordered through a friend at the carrier. Then the bank statements, more withdrawals than she could explain, all tied to hotel locations. I took photos of everything. Screenshots, receipts, timestamps. While she slept, I checked her phone. Not messages, those can be deleted. I checked ride history. Patterns don't delete as easily. The last piece was the will. Her granddad's lawyer owed me a favor. He told me something she hadn't. The inheritance was conditional, a morality clause. No divorce in the first year, no public scandal. If she violated it, the money reverted to a trust, controlled by the executor, which, as it happened, was her mother. The truth arrived in an envelope on my desk. Hotel camera stills, timestamps matching her grocery trips. Same man, different rooms, over months. I didn't confront her at home. I waited for court. When she slid the papers toward me, I slid the envelope toward her. She opened it, expecting compliance. Her eyes hit the first photo, then the second. Her fingers trembled. I leaned forward just enough to speak quietly. Granddad's will has a morality clause, doesn't it? 1 year, no scandal, or you lose everything. The color drained from her face so fast it was almost beautiful. That was when Eleanor walked in. She didn't greet our daughter, didn't even glance at her. She took the seat beside me like she'd been invited to the winning side. "You'll be representing him?" my wife asked, voice tight. "No," Eleanor said. "I'll be protecting him from you." My wife's lips parted, but no words came. Eleanor turned to me. "Do you want the marriage dissolved now? Or do you want to wait a year?" I smiled, small, controlled. A year sounds right. Because a year meant she'd have to play the role of the faithful wife while knowing I had proof. A year meant every dinner, every social function, she'd be waiting for me to use it. A year meant the inheritance sat just out of her reach, close enough to see, impossible to touch. She'd live in a cage built from her own choices. That night, I slept in the guest room. I didn't hear her cry. I didn't care if she did. The game was over. Not with shouting, not with slamming doors, but with silence. I'd already stopped loving her long before she asked for the divorce. All I had left was clarity, and clarity is colder than hate. When the year is done, I'll let her go. Not because I forgive her, because by then she'll have learned that money doesn't change what you are, and some prisons have no walls. Checkmate, I thought, turning out the light. If you want, I can also give this in screenplay-style beats so it reads like a high-tension Netflix thriller scene, with camera angles and pauses. That would make it even sharper and more cinematic. Would you like me to do that next?